is Marlo Higgins, your Chief Inspirational Officer, and this week's message for you, I want to share the story of a transformation. In working with a client that I had a session with this morning, and there's just a lot of power, and that's why I want to share it with you. This client was in our industry for more than 16 years, and when we aligned, I'm just going to share with you and just read through this exercise and you'll understand. So when she started her coaching partnership, this is how she felt. She was open but unsure. She had a lack of self-awareness. She was extremely overwhelmed. She had and felt like there was just an absolute lack of control within her position. She had an idea of where she wanted to go on her journey or her path and of growth and self-development, but she felt stuck and she didn't know how to get there. So when I met with her today, it was really interesting. So we just completed 2 years of coaching together. And I took her through the moment. I said, hey, do you remember the first time we sat across the table from each other and you started this process? That is how she described it, right? And so that transformation of she knew and had a desire and she just was feeling stuck and overwhelmed. Well, once we had gone through the process and she has created a body of work, and this is what I do with every client, we build out your personal success formula because it's different for everybody. They're based on your actions, your challenges, the obstacles that you have to overcome. And let me just share with you today, when we met, I said, okay, that's where you were. Now let's say, where are you today? You know, you've been through coaching, you've got your personal success formula that we've been working on for more than 24 months. But where are you today? And let's close that gap and let's just show you and validate where you are today. So I had to write down on the piece of paper. And these are the things in her words that she stated. She feels more calm. She's absolutely in control. She's prepared. She has resources to turn to. She has an understanding of process and the power of performance. She has a sense of self. She feels supported. She has the ability to think bigger. She's created a huge level of space. And so her thinking is so much bigger, so much more stretched because now she can be forward thinking and really do a lot better with forecasting and stretching. And she's not lost, but she's leading. Now, what does that tell you? I mean, listen to the body of work where she said when she came into the coaching partnership and really just felt just unsure of where she was at. And then being able to stand in conviction and say, you know, this is the other side. That right there, we were able to talk about legacy, that all of the things that she was doing through her own personal development, she was leading herself in a way that she feels so much more supported and focused and has clarity and understands her performance level at a very pure way that now she can teach other people how to follow that path. And so when we take on the responsibility of self-development, it doesn't have to be necessarily, you know, thinking that, oh, this is just going to help move me forward. You're also going to move others within your organization forward because she was able to learn things that challenged her, and then she was able to take that and challenge other people. So if you're in a position as we start out 2018 and we're in the first quarter of the year, and if you are feeling stuck, maybe you've been in your position 2 years, maybe you've been 16 years like my client was and just needed that refresher, that booster shot, and some clean formulas and synergies to connect to, feel free to develop yourself. Take the time necessary to step back, invest in yourself, because there's huge power in that. And the feeling of where my client was and just feeling icky and overwhelmed to now, she's an absolute rock star. I mean, we talked about climbing Mount Everest and the 8 different levels of base camp, and I was able to kind of walk her through and help her feel that vision of the legacy that she's leaving behind. And just like the analogy of going through each base camp and getting the equipment and the gear and you know, stretching and learning a new skill set so she continue to climb her mountain. And we talked about at the end, 16 years from today, if she were to retire, you know, that big, beautiful 30-year career legacy that she's leaving behind, and how she positioned herself, how she climbed the mountain, how she arrived at each base camp, what were the things that she was doing upon each area and each session. So that is the message that I have for you today, that you have value. You need to pull it forward. Don't sit there feeling stuck. I can help you with very clean strategies, systems, and areas that we can get you there in a very quick time frame. So love and believe. Thank you for being with us today, and we'll see you again next week.